Mr. Sadiq, welcome to the show. For the people who don't know you, would you like to give us a quick background and tell us about yourself and where you came from?
Thank you for inviting me over here. First of all, thank you for having me on this show, and I'm happy to share my experience and where I'm from. So I'm from Sudan. Was born in Sudan. I was 2 years when I was in Sudan, and then was due to the war, we were moved to Chad.
Hmm.
So we stayed there for about 12 years. 12 years,
12
and
years.
yes, sir, 12 years. And then on 2015, we was able to come to United States. So
Wow. So coming to this country, like what was it like, compared to where you came from? What was the first key differences that you have noticed?
I've noticed that that this country is really different than over there, because over here we have a lot of
I mean,
in terms of weather is different than over there. Also, the buildings and then the libraries over here is completely different.
also the racial
Yes,
dynamics.
sir, dynamic and all of that. So and like they have a lot of resources, opportunities, all of that stuff, etc.
Oh, so in your first year coming here, what are some significant challenges that you have went through? Like it could be like transportation, language. Tell us about that.
Oh
Walk me through
yeah,
that.
when I first got here, first thing was the language barrier. Language barrier was one of the biggest challenge I faced, and then also the transportation was the second thing. Coming here not knowing English, is very challenging. It's very challenging.
Yeah.
When I got here, I barely knew how to write letters
Yes.
or read or write. So alhamdulillah, I got because I started late over here because my school year journey started kind of late, because I came a little bit older. When I got here, I was like 13 years old,
Yes.
so I started from the ninth grade. So starting in the ninth grade, not knowing English, not knowing a word of English,
Yeah.
is really really hard. It's
Yeah.
really hard.
I
It's,
bet
it's
it
really
was.
challenging. So thankfully, I was able to be provided by. I was able to the school that I went to was able to provide me an Arabic interpreter. You know,
So that helped a lot.
yeah, that's helped a lot. So I would spend time in the library learning English, learning alphabet. So as years passed by, throughout my high school, I was
Yes.
able to learn English. Got better. Engage with people. I was able to engage with people,
Your
make
fellow
friends.
friends, yes.
Yes, sir. So that's how things has been changed. So yeah.
So me personally, when I got here, there was the English language was really hard.
For real, for real.
Let's say the word, no. We used to say like no.
No, no, yeah, that was a common word.
Yeah, like the K
That
is silent,
right,
but
right.
I didn't know that. I said no. It was
Kono,
weird.
right, right.
Yeah, and another word is called island.
Island,
I said island. Like the island.
island, right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, island. I said like Island. When I first learned that word,
Yeah,
I
yes,
went back to my dad and I said like,
right.
Dad, look, I learned some new word. New word. He asked me, what is the word? I said, it's called Island.
It's like instead of island. That's right.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that was really, really tough for me to know the English language and some silent words that
Mm.
comes with the words. But when you got here, when you come in here, did you know like close families, or you got once you got here you discovered them?
Or when I was coming over here, I was really young,
Yeah.
but I was excited to come over here. But I heard uh, the United States would be a good place and all of that. But in terms of family over here, I never knew I had family over here. So until we got here, but my parents knew a couple people over here, but when we got here,
Yeah.
you know, we hope thankfully we found one person that we knew. I think he was over here, lived over a decade, so
Oh.
he was able to show us around and what this place looked like and how to engage into different stuff like
Yeah, he
in
was
terms
like
of
your guide to
yeah,
to
right,
navigate.
right, like transportation and all of that stuff. So he was help us. So
Wow.
it's always good to have somebody who's already been here.
Yes.
If you come into America not having somebody who's already been here, it's kind of hard.
Yeah, it really hard.
It's really hard for
I experienced it firsthand.
right, right, right,
So you lived here like about a decade now, right?
right. About a decade, yes, sir.
Do you like this country?
You know, comparing comparing here to Africa is I would recommend this country. You know, I mean more like they say like I like it here because you know they have a lot of opportunities in terms of education, job opportunities, and all of that stuff. Like you know, you can able to help and help out your people back here. You can able to work here and help out your people back home. You know, that's one of the main keys, especially educating yourself is one of the main keys. You know, also to focus on.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to answer your question, yes, I like this country better than my country, which was Sudan. You know, it's still too much going on in Sudan right now, but
A lot of
hopefully,
conflicts, right?
inshallah, hopefully it will get fixed, inshallah, very soon.
I hope so. Like what you like about this country is like the opportunities that it gives and the education. I mean, all the good stuff like the technology. I mean, everything is like advanced here. That's what
Right.
you like about it.
Yeah, yeah, the technology, but because over there we don't have resources.
Yeah, yeah.
We got a lot of people, but we don't have resources. Resources for school, for job. You know, we family barely afford to eat. So
Yeah.
so for that reason, they barely afford it even to take us to school. You know, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard living over there. So I would definitely say it's good being over here.
It's a blessing, right?
It's a blessing, alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. It's a blessing.
So, going into your career, you're pursuing surgical technology, right?
Right.
What inspired you to pursue that career?
That's a good question. So you know, growing up, I always dreamed of being a doctor. You know, oh, at least being in a healthcare field, helping out. You know, helping, operating, treating people, and talking about and all of that. But one of the main thing I would say that I choose this career is because you know, back in Africa, you know, I've seen
Help
a lot
struggles,
of struggles through the treatments, you know, in terms of
medical.
getting medical help and all of that stuff, and then doctors. So shortness of all of that stuff. But yeah, uh, for that reason, I was able to choose this career. Also, the other reason is, you know, my father, you know, he was diagnosed with one of the really bad
Tumor.
tumor or disease that kind of caused him to die. You know, I feel like if we had enough doctors back there, you know, he could have been saved. You know, he could have been saved.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he due to
Sorry about that.
Yes, yeah, appreciate you. So for that reason, that's why I'm able to choose this field. You know, hopefully one day, you know, I can able to help operate people. You know, in terms of helping out, treating them.
Wow, this is really powerful. You know, your main inspiration is to change what happened, like the exact thing that happened to your dad. You know, like so, and that's why you pursuing this surgical technology.
Yeah,
Wow,
that's one of the main reason why I chose this field.
wow, that's really inspiring. And
Yes, sir.
like when are you like gonna be? When are you gonna graduate?
So I'm hoping, because I currently go to school, because as you know, medical field
Yeah.
school, like especially going for a doctor, it takes a couple years,
Yes.
time and
Six,
effort.
7 years.
Yes, yes, more than that actually. So I'm currently, I'm taking classes at St. Clair Community College. So hoping to finish by next year.
Mm.
If so, working in a healthcare field,
Yeah.
experiencing while working and experiencing, and so that way, I can finish through that.
Wow, you came in a long way.
Yeah, it's a long journey. So yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
You're almost done now. I'm really
Alhamdulillah.
excited to see you
Yes,
graduate,
yes,
and
sir.
hopefully I'll be there. When you graduate.
Inshallah.
Wow. So let's go way back, like way back to your childhood. Like, what was Sadiq like as
Mm.
a child? Like, were you bullied, or were you the person that who bullied people?
Mm. Well, this. I never thought anyone can ask me that. But since you asked, I'm gonna go ahead and answer it and be honest. You know. Uh, to tell you that, I feel like I was being bullied.
Mm.
The reason is because yeah, the reason is because we had because my physical appearance was
Yeah.
my physical shape was kind of I was skinny. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was kind of really skinny.
Mm.
So I was being bullied due to that because I barely have power to fight back.
Yeah.
How you gonna have a power to fight back when you barely have enough food to eat?
Mm.
So it was really
Tough
that.
one.
Yeah, it was really tragic. I
Oh.
would say.
So you said like you were being bullied, right?
Right.
Did that carry into your like adult life, or you left that behind?
No, that's only my childhood. That's
Oh.
the bully was only throughout my childhood. But as I grew up, I learned that if if anybody who being bullied is completely wrong. It's not right to bully somebody like that.
Yes, of course.
Because just because he is less
Weaker.
weaker,
Yeah.
that don't makes you to go out and bully somebody.
Yeah.
So I left that happens to me in the childhood. But if I see somebody get bullied, I would definitely say and then be tell them not to bully a person like that, because that's because especially on this day, people still bully even if it's not in person.
Yeah.
They would still bully you, like they have like a
Yeah.
cyberbullying.
Yes.
That's one of the main thing is still going on. People bully through cyberbullying, all of that stuff. So
Yeah. Like, people behind the camera, people talk crap,
right.
they speak, yeah, they talk crap about people, and then once it's face to face, it's totally different thing, like I don't know, they become coward.
Right. It's yeah. So yeah, the bully. I'm really against bullying. So yeah.
Yeah, me too. Let's say if you could go back in time and like give one piece of advice to your younger self,
Right.
what would you say to him? For example, I would say to my younger self, um, don't be afraid to take, don't be afraid of taking risk,
Right.
and always follow your heart. And when your parents tell you to do something, do it, but don't always listen to them. If your heart saying that it's important, listen to your heart more than what others tell you.
Most definitely.
That's what I would say to my younger self. What would you say to your
That's
younger
that's
self?
really that's really an inspiring uh, quote message. So me personally, I would give my younger self uh, that advice is like not to give up. I know this is simple,
Yeah.
easy, basic word,
Yeah, everybody see it,
but
even
everybody
internet,
say it
yeah.
until to this day. But this is something that I was brainwashed to it.
What do you
Like
mean?
when I say that because I'm really it's a simple word, but it's really meaningful to me.
Oh, yeah.
The way the teachers throughout the school years, teachers tell me this every school that I attend.
Yeah. Don't
Like
give
let's
up.
say if you fail the class, say don't give up, never give up, never give up.
Yeah.
So for that reason, I just keep track of that. So try not to give up. Make sure
Yeah.
even no matter how many times you fail, get up and then and keep moving. Because giving up is not an option.
Yeah, I mean,
It's really not an option. So especially I wouldn't give up. Also, in terms of Islamic wise,
yes.
I feel like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned that no matter how many sins you commit, you always go back and repent
And then you will
instantly,
forgiven.
no matter how many times, and you'll be forgiven. So that same apply to not giving up, apply to that code. So that's something I would teach my younger self, or I would advise my younger self
Wow.
to not to give up.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
Getting into current events.
Right.
Our generation, like especially Gen Z, you and I,
Right.
are facing some challenges or issues. Like, what have you noticed? What have you noticed that? So, what challenges that have you noticed that we face? Like for example, cell phone addiction,
Mm.
and yeah, I mean, give us
Right.
your perspective.
So yeah. I feel like social media is one of the biggest distraction to our generation. Uh, and because social media affect us mentally for real. Like, because social media, it leads you. You got so addicted to the social media that it leads you to bad stuff. You start listening like lyrics that not good, like
Music,
music. Yeah,
yeah,
music. You gotta be aware of what music you listen. You gotta be aware of what are you seeing on the internet. So I feel like that's one of the biggest distraction to our generation, and to avoid that, I feel like we should avoid social media too much. I know we so addicted to the fact that we spend on the social media too much time. So I feel like we need to step back and think about what am I doing? Why I do that? You have to ask yourself why you
why are you like?
why see, that's the thing. You always wonder why your life is you going through so much, not knowing what it is.
Yeah,
It's because you got too much distraction from the social media. That's one of the main thing you going through so much. So you gotta tell why it's still doing that. So for that reason, you gotta avoid the social media for spending on it too much time.
So social media, TikTok, Instagram,
Right.
like when you are using it, how do you control it from? How do you control it so it wouldn't affect you or in your addict so you wouldn't be addicted to it? Like, how do you control that?
Hmm. So it's going to social media, like let's say TikTok. So it also depends on what are you watching, what are you doing.
Yeah,
So if you're watching something good, you could use it
yeah,
to learn it. You can utilize social media to learn something good, but utilize to listen to music, to watch bad stuff. It's really a bad distraction for you. So I feel like that's something needs to be avoided.
yeah. But the thing that I'm asking is,
Right.
you personally, like,
Right.
how do you avoid avoid it from being addicted to that. You know, like it's like whenever you start scrolling, like
Right.
scrolling, it's like
Yeah.
you will like get into a like black hole. You know, like
Right,
of
right.
scrolling. You know, you will.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like when I feel like I'm getting into scrolling too much,
Yeah.
spending too much on it, I find something positive to avoid that. Like let's say if I want to pray and it's time to pray, I'll be on social media scrolling, right?
Yes.
I'll be on social media, and then when it's time to pray, instantly I have to turn off,
Yeah.
go ahead and pray.
That's your way
Not
out.
only that, that's only my reaction when I feel like I'm getting distracted too much time.
Yeah.
Not only time, there's so much positive things instead of social media. So instead of social media, there are so many positive things you have to go
Yeah, but the thing is,
for instead of just scrolling on social media.
the thing is,
Right.
even if you're like watching some good stuff,
Right.
the scrolling thing is so addictive. Like you
Right,
can,
right. It's you so addicted the fact that you just forget everything
Yeah.
at that moment. So, you know,
also like scrolling so much, like it messes up with our like imagination. You know, like before when we were like younger,
right,
we didn't have all these electronics, so we used to use our imaginations a lot. But
Right.
now,
right,
anything you want, you can search it. Like you will find it. You know?
right, right,
We don't have to use our imagination.
No,
I think
right.
I think we're losing that.
right. We use. I mean, sorry,
No, it's fine.
can't even speak. So we losing our mental mindset.
Yes.
Losing our mindset to the social media
Yeah.
because we can't use our mind. We only use social media in order to find something
Yeah.
to do. You know, I feel like we should use our imagination. So
Yeah.
that's why I feel like my childhood was better than right now
Yeah.
comparing because back there there's more positive things than social media. We go out and play. You know, we man, it was really fun childhood instead
Yeah.
of social media. So looking back through that, I feel like technology got
So advanced
so
that
advanced
it becomes detrimental to us. You
yeah,
know, like,
if it kind of affects us mentally too. So
yeah. Wow. Yeah, I mean,
right,
one way out for me, like the way I control
Right.
like the scrolling, my way of like escape is reading. Because reading, when you read, you just let your imaginations do the thing. Like, let's say you're reading nonfiction book or fiction book.
right,
The story, you imagine it. You don't see it, but you imagine it while you're reading. I think that really helps with our strengthen our imagination. It will take us to like the moment when we were kids and we used our imagination a lot. I think that's really helpful. You know, when you read, you should try that. You know, you read, right?
yeah. Reading, yeah, I read sometimes. I read sometimes. Yeah, but reading is really helpful. Really, it helps you to navigate through different things as far as learning new words, new vocabulary.
Yeah.
It helps you with a lot. Reading is really important. I feel like I should keep that in my mind. So,
Yes.
So yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you should definitely read. You know,
Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
would recommend it to anyone. You know, to read.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend anyone out there.
Yeah. So since tomorrow is not really guaranteed, what is one message that you will leave to your friends and families if this was your last opportunity?
This is really good question. I feel like be positive. Always be positive.
Yeah.
No matter what you're going through,
Yes.
no matter how much you're going through, always try to stay positive,
Yeah.
and always be good to your friends and family,
Mhm.
because you don't know, today could be your last day.
Yeah. So
And
the question is like,
also,
what advice would you leave for them?
for the advice is like, I would say always connect to your Most High,
The
connect to
Lord.
Allah, the
Yeah.
Lord. That's one of the main important thing,
Wow.
because 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 I feel like, also, like, I feel like if you have any positive or any negative
Thoughts.
thoughts,
Yeah.
just leave
Th-
that behind,
mm.
leave that in the past. Also forgive your friends or family, and make sure you tell them to stay close to their deen, their stay close
The
to
religion.
the religion,
Yeah.
because the religion, we know, it will guide you through to
Tough
to
times.
to the
Challenging.
tough times, the
Yeah.
challenges,
Yeah.
especially in the akhirah, especially in the resurrection.
Yeah.
You will be judged what you did wrong, what you did right. So I feel like you always try to stay positive instead of, and avoid bad step. Avoid the bad stuff. Go for positive stuff. And also, staying connected to Allah is one of the most biggest important thing, especially for me.
Like they said, when you uh, remember the Lord, you can do no wrong. You know,
Hmm.
because you're always being guided by the Lord.
That's right. That's true. That's true. Most definitely.
Yeah. Uh, Looking back to your experiences, what lessons that you've learned throughout your life so far, and what goals or as future goals you are planning for yourself?
Um, that's interesting question. So, um, you
What have you
know,
learned?
what I have learned so
Yeah, so
far
far, yes.
in terms of future, or or right now.
No, going like throughout your whole life, like
Mhm.
what have you learned so far right now?
I learned to stay positive. I learned to stay positive. I learned to be good to others, helpful. Also, I learned to not give up.
Yes, you see the key word, not give
Keyword,
up.
not give up.
Yeah,
See, same one came back to me.
yeah,
So learn to not give up. So that's something I'm really um, um, working on, not giving up.
wow,
It's a work in progress.
yes,
So learn to not give up. So one of the key message, one of the key main lesson that I learned. So for you know to this day, I'm still going. It's a working process. Trust Allah. Everything happens on time.
yeah.
Everything happens on the right time. So alhamdulillah.
That's really great to hear. I can't wait for you to graduate and have some kids.
Man, hey, that's too soon, bro.
Just
Inshallah, then,
yeah,
inshallah. Now, everything happens on time, on the
yeah,
right time. So yeah.
yeah. So, Mr. Sadiq, I'm glad to have you in the show, and I really admire your like really strong devotion to this religion of Islam, and it really affected me as well. Just watching you being like so devoted, it made me want to follow the Lord. Like with every day, like keep up with my prayers. And you have been really a help in my life, and thank you for being there.
Hey, my pleasure. My pleasure. Is always good to have friends. If you always have a good, it's always good to surround with the right people, surround with the right friends. Like you said, um, thank you for admiring me for that.
Yeah,
And I'm happy to have people that are really close to me, and I can able to make sure we all connected.
gain something from each other.
Right, gain something from each other in terms of religion. So you always it's always a good thing to have the right friends surrounding you.
Yeah.
Also, you have to know who you're surrounding with, and then in terms of religion,
Yeah.
when it comes to prayer, I would remind you to pray on time, do your zikr and all of that stuff. So I'm really happy to be that friend, and
All right. Thank
pleasure
you.
for having me over here.
Thank
And
you.
thank you, man. Till next time, bro.
Yeah,
Yes,
bye.
sir. Blessed.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.